Why is that there? That is the symbol of the victory of terrorists over the rightful lineage of the Lord's inheritance. What do I mean by that? Well, who was the first people to encourage the Palestinians to take up arms against the superpower and the Israelis and to get slaughtered on a daily basis? In the book it says, it is a fool who contest with one that is stronger than he. So the Palestinian uprising was a foolish endeavour against the superpower of America and the great strength of the Israeli people and their associates. Who encourages them to do it all the time? Those assholes up in Lancashire House. This is terrorism. This is where it started. The British Empire was legitimate. They waited, typical Dannon, stab you in the back. They waited till the British were weakened by war with the Germans, and then they attacked, and then they created this illegitimate state that they call the Republic. And to this day, they encourage the Palestinian people to take on the might of the Americans and the Israelis. Palestinians used to be just called Jews, because you could barely distinguish them between the Jews, the Christians and the Palestinians that lived in Jerusalem. They were called Mohammedans, but they had Jewish beliefs and Christians beliefs. They still have to this day. But because of the influence of the terrorist act that was committed here in 1916 and the Ishtar uprising, and these little I don't know what to say about them, but chatting shit. Now you see I'm talking and there's a serpent, she's drawing near, look. See when you speak, because they worship the lie. And when my words come out with the truth, in the middle of all of these sound waves, they draw near, look. See? They're everywhere I go, as soon as I open my mouth. Last night they tried to grab me outside the gaff where I was staying. But that's another story. This is the symbol of terrorism and the success of terrorism. The American government and the British governments and our affiliates and me, make sure they don't forget about me. I want in on this. Should send a clear message to this terrorist state and the supporters of terrorists and stupidity. Stupidity is to take on the Americans and the Israelis if you're only a small little group like. There's more of them. See the serpents that keep coming by me. As soon as I open my mouth, they're driving up and down past me all the time. I can't open my bleeding mouth with them. They're going to try and grab me soon. But this is the symbol of terrorism to the world. This is illegitimate. All of this rock holes, look, this is all the rock holes work. This needs to be carpet bombed and all of this whole place being taken down. The British Empire adopted the work of God. But now they know better, because we're all in discussions about and what are they doing here? These good people here, look, they're voting no. They want to save the children's life. They want to give life a chance, God bless them. So that these people over here, and so do I. But the Dannon Apartheid Republic is encouraging people to get killed in Palestine by fighting the Americans and the Jews down there. And they're encouraging people to get killed all over the place. They're encouraging people to kill unborn children, human sacrifice. They're encouraging the Republic, which is a terrorist act. It's an act of treason to encourage any system which runs contrary to the lawful, legitimate system of the line of David, my ancestors. They're filtering all our wealth and natural resources, which should be shared equally between the inheritance of the Lord, the 100 trillion in oil and wealth, up to Statoil and the globalists, who are then filtering all that money into communist China. But all of that is run by the Pope and the Jesuits from the Vatican, in contrary and in opposition to God and His will and His works. The Most High God, the Spirit, they encourage the slaughter and they encourage the dumbing down of all the people in this town by taking loads of books out of the Bible, the Book of Enoch and all of this stuff. People won't even look at the Bible because of the Catholic priests and because of what they've done and what on the Magdalene laundries and the murders and the slaughter. There's no such thing as democracy. Know this for a fact. Everything that claims to be democracy is run by priests and run by the Jesuit generals. They become so powerful that they're trying to destroy America and pump all the money from America into the communist China so they can branch out and start taking over the world and bring in some evil communist race in, where you won't even have the choice to have a baby. Some people will be allowed to breed and some people won't. This is all illegitimate. This is terrorism. This is the symbol of terrorism. This gap here, Leinster House and a couple of places up the road, these need to be levelled to the ground. Like it says in the book of Mormon, the book of Nephi, wherever they find the rocks that are rent, shall not take it till upon a stone. That these places, they'll be pulled down. And then when they get pulled down, the fire and brimstone comes down. The heathen nations are destroyed. Jesus Christ reigns eternally on the throne, where he should be. And then the heathen empire of the Rockers is finished. The Pope is finished. The Jesuit generals are finished. Communism is finished. Heathen tribes are finished. Everything that runs contrary to the word of the Lord in the Bible and the Hebrew texts, all of this stuff, they're finished.